Hi, everybody. It's I am live from I'm over by the PCA. If you hear some sirens, that's what it is. I'm on my iPad, which is fabulous. I have been battling health issues this week, so I have to do it. And I wanted to thank you so much for my internet connection. And I have an amazing guest today who is hilarious. Aren't they always funny when they know they're a genius? His name is Peter Shank. He is known as the modern mystic, and he is just going to put all my spirituality to shame and call it science. So let's give a big round of applause for Peter Shank.
It's actually modern day mystic. We missed a piece in there, which is pretty important. So we were in the pre-show, we were talking about spirituality and kind of, you know, how I've been working very, very hard to take all of the woo-woo out of it and bring it down to earth for people to really understand via amazing products and services. And you know, you were alluding to working with the harmonic field amplifier plus, and you started using woo on it. And I kind of backed off a little bit, and they said, no, it's science. So, you know, yeah. So the harmonic field amplifier line is the first line of products that physical products that I actually created back in the summer of 2016, and we released a product called the HFA, A New Way to Travel. And this is actually an updated version of it. It comes in some really beautiful packaging. And these products are made from the purest copper and silver commercially available. And there's a ton going on with this product. So I'll just kind of give you the 30-second spiel. I wanted to genuinely redefine an industry out of the gate. I like panache. I like splash. I like big. And, you know, the thought at the time was, what is something that everyone can benefit from that they absolutely hate doing, but they used to love doing, and it was driving. When we're 16, we get our driver's license. It's amazing. You know, we get out there and we rock it. And then by the time we're in our, you know, early 50s, 40s, like, this sucks. There's traffic, there's road rage, there's accidents, there's everything. So the harmonic field amplifier version 2, the idea was to take all the negativity, remove it at the speed of thought, and return it as pristine energy. And that's what this device actually accomplished. So the clockwise spiral in the middle and the counterclockwise spiral in the back. All of the HFA technology utilizes what we call 0-point technology. Okay. And the way things work in the universe is, if you do the work that the universe asks you to do, you're provided with information. And what you do with that information determines if you move to a higher octave. You know, lots of people in the world are but they don't actually do anything. I talk a lot, but I also create and push forward in my own path. And the HFA line was just that. So what is the 0-point? Well, in my belief system, I learned very early on that there are a multitude of universes, okay, or realities. And the only thing that's constant in all these realities is the density of matter, the weight of it. And in order to give something, you have to receive something. In order to receive something, you have to give something, right? So in the effects of the HFA, A New Way to Travel, the idea was to give negativity through the 0-point and then receive back that pristine energy. So, you know, I'm not going to go into the video written testimonials. You can go to the moderndaymystic.com website and read all about it. But the device was phenomenal. That was the first physical product that I created. The second one I created was the harmonic field amplifier plus, and you have one of those sitting on your lap, I believe.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have it. I would hold it up. I'm holding my iPad. Hold on. Let me see.
Well, the idea
Here
of
we
the
go, guys.
HFA plus was,
Authenticity. Here it
woohoo, there it
is.
is. That's its big brother.
It's gorgeous.
That one is for
Yeah.
That one is for home and office, and it creates a massive energetic field that removes all the negativity in your home or office and returns all of the energy at a pristine state. It's absolutely amazing once it is up and running, and all of my products are very, very simple to use. So right after that, I created the most popular product, which is the Harmonic Field Amplifier Mini. It is a beautiful copper and silver pendant you wear around your neck that protects your physical energetic field and your light body field from all negativity long before it reaches you. Now, unlike the other three products in the lineup, the HFA Mini does not have a UV coating, which means it's going to tarnish. Okay. And we want it to tarnish. Why? Because it shows you how it's working. So there are some people that wear the Mini in their home all day long. It looks beautiful. As soon as they go out into a crowd where there is negativity, it turns black within hours. Okay.
Oh
And
my God.
within hours. And, around, all of the products have their own individual conscious creation behind them. If you think for a second that when you're drawn to a product, whatever it is, that you're picking the product, you're absolutely wrong. The product is picking you. And it's no different than looking at the HFA Mini. That's what they look like when they're brand new. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And over time, they will darken. And if you look at mine, which I'm wearing, you'll see what it looks like. You see how it darkens? And,
Yeah.
I clean
Yes.
these quite often, right? And the best way to clean these is really simple. It's just lemon juice and pink Himalayan sea salt. That's it. That
I have
combination,
the.
that
I
combination will
really
bring
thought I was
back the
doing
luster. Yep.
wrong.
Yep. So it's been 2 years since I've released any product in the HFA line. I've released a lot of other products, but the HFA line has always been my first physical product. And I wanted to come back with something very special. And in about a month's time, you're going to see a very new product called the HFA Orion. Okay. It comes in a beautiful cardboard box. And then it comes in a beautiful wooden box. And then this is what this puppy looks like. So she
Oh my
is
God.
she is a absolute master. Okay. What you're looking at dimensionally is mathematically perfect with the power of three. Okay. It is 3.3 centimeters, 33 millimeters by 33 millimeters by 33 millimeters. The clockwise spiral in the middle is 13.33 millimeters thick. Okay. And of course, on the back, it's the flip side.
Yes.
Now, why am I using copper and silver? Copper and silver are less noble metals, but they're absolutely brilliant for conducting, anything to do with energy. Okay. And in the case of the HFA line, the copper attracts, the energetic field, whether it's negative or positive, and the silver creates and stabilizes the field for the energy. Now, the Orion is meant for you to be carried in your pocket or your purse. And what it does is it is an absolute master at amplifying your intention or your affirmation. Okay. Now, we
Yep.
completely sold out of the pre-production run. So in about 30 days, we'll have the production run in, and these will be in the MDM store. I've been doing pretty much daily videos about my experience with it. And now that I have quite a few out in the wild, you'll start to see those testimonials roll in. But, I've changed my professional career 3 times in my life. Okay. When I first started out, I was doing auto body once upon a time. And then I went to engineering school, and then I worked in technology for one of the world's largest banks on Wall Street for 20 years. And then I left there to kind of build this business. And I've been doing this almost 20 years, but the last 4 years I've really seen a massive expansion. And, you know, when you have the ability to unlimit your thinking, you truly unlimit your potential in what you want to do. And my goal is to completely rewrite the entire spiritual market with products and services that actually work. Okay. And, like I said in the pre-show, one of the things that I pride myself on is having almost 1,000 written and video testimonials on my website to the effects of the products and services that we offer. Because a long time ago, I don't advertise. That was one thing that I never was good at and I didn't want to do. And about 15 years ago, I decided to focus on customer excellence and product R&D. Okay. That means moving enormous amounts of money back into the business to grow it in all facets. And today, everything under the modern day Mystic banner, really has 4 pillars. Okay. The first one is 5 generations of software across 5 products that take the structure of water and modify it, okay, based on intention. It's a whole nother story, but it's called Aquaware, the Source 5, the 12th Project,
Little
Nap, and Light Body. The second pillar is energetic sessions. Okay. I've been doing energetic sessions for almost 20 years. And this year is the first upgrade to an energetic session called a core cleanse that we released. And all that information is on the website. The third pillar is mind-blowing workshops that I just love to do across all kinds of topics. And people that take these workshops really, look, you're smiling. I know you just took one and really have.
I took one and passed out. My higher self was like, no, she can't handle it. I'll take it for. I said higher self.
That's because most people have never truly experienced, universal energy. And that's one of my, my secret sauces. And then, of course, the fourth pillar is a wide array of physical products. Today we have 13 of the I Am bracelets. Again, this one happens to be I Am Energy. It has the sacred symbol for energy on there. Again, it's made from the same pure copper and silver. And we're just getting lined up. I mean, 2019 is just going to be another mind-bending year. Just when I think we can't do more or deliver more, it just keeps getting better. So the HFA line, it really has something for everybody and has been absolutely mind-blowing. So what I like to do now is like to do a water blessing for everyone. Okay, this is just a goodwill blessing that I typically do at the beginning of a show. And I would like everyone to get a glass of water. And what we're going to do is just put that glass of water down in front of you. I'd like you to wrap your hand around the glass of water without actually touching it, but just putting your fingertips together. Okay, this is a little bit of a newer technique. Yeah, this is a little bit of a newer technique that I use to kind of bring everybody into the same playing field. So I would like you to just put your attention on your hands. And in a second, you'll start to feel the energy push out from your hands. I'm sorry, it'll push out from the water into your hands. And then close your eyes and put your attention on the water and notice that little nucleus of energy just starting to wobble. Okay, again, this is just a general goodwill blessing. And then put your attention on the water and repeat these 8 little magical words. I honor the space in which you exist. And you'll just notice this explosion of energy coming out of the water in your hands and probably starting to run up your arms right about now. And that's all she wrote. And go ahead and drink as much as you want. And notice the taste and the texture of the water. And once it's in your body, notice where the energy's starting to move.
Now, I want to explain something to my audience here. I am doing my show from home today because I needed to, but I have done this, what he's talking about. I have listened to his workshop, put my fingertips around the glass of water. I have honored the space which it exists and drank it and listened to what he has to say. And it is amazing. And I would love to have some callers call in who have done this and listened. And I want to see what they have to say, because I know the difference between water that has been purified, alkaline water, blah, 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 and water that has been completely zero pointed or blessed. And when I drank that water, Peter, during your workshop, it was amazing. It really was. It was amazing. And I have actually a scalar and that you can put any kind of anything on, and it brings it to 0 point energy holds it up to 6 months. But it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. It was electricity, and yours isn't. It's very different. It's a very different kind of energy.
It's universal energy. You remember, I built everything I did on programming water long ago. I started programming water back in 2004, 2005. And the first commercial product was released in July 4th, 2007, which was Aquaware. And, I have a very long running history with programming water. I mean, I learned from the best, which was Dr. Emoto. And a couple of years ago, I interviewed Chandini LeRae, which was his personal assistant for many, many years. And she had never seen anything like I created. I mean, she was just blown away at what I'd done. Now, I never met Dr. Emoto in life, but I met him in death many times, and he was an amazing guy.
Yeah, I read a little bit about him, and I studied a little bit about him. I learned through him and it's interesting because they talked about the different frequencies of the water and the changing of the shape. I'm sure this is all old hat to you, but not many of my viewers may know this, that you can actually program water, and that includes the water in your body, because we're made up of mostly water.
Oh, no. That is not good advice.
No, is that too woo-woo for you?
Actually, it's very dangerous. And I'll tell you why. Okay, depending on what you read, the human body is comprised of 65 to 75% water. Okay, the water that exists within your body vibrates at different levels for body functions. Okay, you start playing with the vibrational level in the body, you're going to cause a detox unlike anything you've ever experienced in your life. Okay, so the next best thing is to program water outside the body and then consume it and have it do its thing on a more natural path.
What happens when you do that? So you're talking about people that would do like 528 hertz and 444 hertz and 432 hertz and things like that to program the water in their body.
I'm not going to comment on anybody else's techniques, tips, or tricks. I'm just telling you straight up what I have learned through my opinion and my experience in the products and services that I've created. And that is, don't ever program anything in your body. Use something on the outside, then take it internally.
Really? Are you willing to talk about what the detox symptoms are?
Oh, sure. So let me just kind of step back a little bit and explain a little bit about detox. Detoxing is a very real event that happens when a person comes into contact with a person, a thing, a person, a place, or an object that vibrates at a higher level. Your light body is instantly vibrating in that new vibrational level, but the physical body typically takes about 72 hours to get there, okay? And as the body starts to vibrate higher, there's things in the body that vibrate lower that can't exist in the higher realm, so they have to come out. That's called detoxing. Okay. when when I first started doing energetic sessions with people, this is a long time ago, folks. I have refined my craft greatly over the last couple decades. I was like this 800
Appreciate you
pound
going
gorilla.
back in time to
We're going back in
to
time.
us.
I was this 800-pound gorilla, okay, that had universal energy behind me. We'll call it an internet bandwidth, like the size of a tunnel, okay, and it just flowed right through me. And when I worked on somebody, I could see the great work getting done, but they were never coming back to me. And I was like, what is going on? I moved so much energy through these people that they would have these horrific detoxes for like 3 or 4 days where they would have like flu-like symptoms come on, and I'd put them in bed. Needless to say, that wasn't a good business model because I never got any repeat customers. So we learned to roll that back a little bit and became more laser focused like I am today. So the detoxing, isn't there too much in the workshops or the one-on-one sessions anymore. But aquaware is a whole different animal. Aquaware is very powerful in how it delivers. And it was interesting because you were talking before about Dr. Emoto's work, where he would use positive energy and negative energy to program water, and depending. Now, let's be clear, okay? He was programming water based on one set and a subset of energy, okay? What I've done is I've taken real world equations, okay, 1,000 of them in Aquaware, actually over 1,000 in Aquaware 5, and allow you to program water anywhere in existence, okay? Where you put your attention, you set the intention, okay? The principles that govern the quantum realm, space, time, and distance absolutely do not apply to them, okay? So where you put your attention, you then set the intention.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Okay, now am I going to forget that? No, I want
talk to Orion.
I will. Well, see, that's just it. Okay. So Dr. Emoto did all these things. Okay. And we do have water in our body though. So I was wondering, with it being a scientific fact, with, not intentionally trying to program the water, but do you believe, without putting anything down, but do you believe that words that we say to each other affect us the way that the crystals in the water do that Dr. Emoto studied?
Without a doubt. And here's a little example, a little test that everyone can do. So I am of the belief that we create our reality as we move through it. Okay. Your environment, your reality mimics what you put out. Okay. So, for example, if you go to bed and you are all pissed off, stressed out, whatever, your dreams will reflect that. If you wake up in the morning and you are just pissed off, your reality will mimic that. You will attract people that piss you off even more. Things won't go right. Okay. If you go to bed and you have a beautiful thought, say a prayer, anything that gets the high vibe going in your conscious mind, which will seep in your subconscious, you will have absolutely amazing dreams. When you get up in the morning, if you have an affirmation, if you have a beautiful thought, your whole day will reflect that thought. So yeah, absolutely. Same thing.
You'll have to forgive me. You're reminding me of something that I learned from Archangel Michael. May I say it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So Archangel Michael said the way to stay in his vibration is to wake up in the morning with an affirmation and say, thank you, Archangel Michael. I know that today is going to be an amazing day and something fabulous is coming to me. And so when you talk about it being science and it being the universe and not getting woo-woo, I just have to be myself and tell you, I feel it's the same. I just feel it's different. I just feel it's a different vibration of it.
Let me explain the woo woo thing. Okay, prior to me kind of waking up into the world the way that I create it today, I was very turned off by spirituality. I was born and raised Catholic. I'd go to church. I never knew what the hell I was doing there. I'd give them money every week. I'm like, what? What is this about? And I never felt like I was a part of that. And then when I had my wake up experience, prior to my wake up experience, the whole spiritual new age and love and light movement turned me off too because it didn't feel right. And then when I exploded onto the scene in this massive wake up experience and just had being endowed with these crazy abilities and this tool chest that just keeps getting bigger and better over time,
Mm-hmm.
I still looked at the whole picture and I'm very turned off by it. So I I set out on a course that no one else has taken. I left the kumbaya, the crystals, the pretty waterfalls, the unicorns to the wayside, and I blaze a path that's based on results. Okay. I have built
Mm-hmm.
everything based on customer results. And if you want to be cuddled, if you want to be told it's okay that you told the truth and all of that, I'm not your fucking guy. Okay. But what I will do is tell you that the truth shall not set you free, and facing the things that cannot be undone will set you free. Okay. It'll free you in the moment, able to move forward in the future. Okay. I'm not your guy. I'm the guy that's going to take you and get you and move you from a life stuck in shit and fear into a beautiful world. But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it in a way that you have never experienced. It's going to be raw, and it's going to be incredibly powerful. And believe me, by the time you make that shift, you're gonna turn around. You're going to go, "What the fuck are you?" And if I can answer that,
Okay. Well, then what is it with this whole I am thing? Is that just about is so it's not about the I am presence, it's about the word, the power of the word?
No, it's totally about the present. So there's a lot of woo woo and horseshit that exists around the I am. Okay, and
Okay.
I have a innate talent to tap into the true potentiality of anything that I put my attention on. And you have to understand that in all of my endeavors, okay, for a fleeting moment, I will be motivated or passionate about completing something. And then that turns into being driven to see whatever I do, whatever I put my intention on through to completion. And anything that comes in my way that stops me when I'm in that driven mode from the point I am at to the point at which I have to go, the universe comes in and takes it out. Okay. So I wanted to create a line of I am products. And as humans, when we immerse ourselves in an experience, okay, we make that experience very real for ourselves. And you always learn something in the experience. In order for the real learning to happen, you have to unlearn everything you have ever learned for the experience to follow through, right? So I looked at the
Mm-hmm.
I ams. Everyone says, "Ooh, I am." Okay, so I was, I am, and I will be again, whatever. But when you say the words I am, you are literally invoking all of creation to take notice of you. You put the entire universe and every collective consciousness on point to look at you. Okay. And then people are, oh, I am love and pretty waterfalls and kumbaya and crystals and all that other fun stuff. No, I am is the declaration. Love is the direction. But you don't have a road to drive it on. Do you want to drive your love, your Ferrari, on a dirt road, or you want to drive it on the German Autobahn? Of course, you want to drive it on the Autobahn. So how do you get there? There's three levels to the I am. There's the declaration, there's the direction, and then the road. The road is the affirmation of love. Okay, let me read. I'm going to read one of the, so there's 13 I ams on the websites. I want to read the I am love affirmation, so you really kind of understand. Okay, now these were put together over a 6-month period, and they are absolutely brilliant, and they are so perfectly written that in the experience of just saying the mantra, you bring it that much closer. So here it is. Okay, I am love, deserving and completely present when loving or being loved. I love myself and those around me unconditionally, without judgment, but with complete devotion to myself and others. I do not judge myself or others. I embrace our intimacy and devotion. I fall into love, I seek love, and I cherish love. I am love. You feel the vibration?
Do you want my honest opinion on that?
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't believe that you can love everybody that you love unconditionally.
That's not
because I am empathic.
You're misinterpreting what's being said. Okay. This is about the I am. Love is the direction, and the affirmation gives you the road to drive on. There's another piece to it. It's called the true name. Okay. Everything in existence has a true name. Okay. And that can come in the form of a symbol, a spoken word, a color, a song, anything. The symbol for I am love is the true name. And when you put the affirmation against the direction, against the I am, with the true name standing behind it, you've created the perfect, trilogy of things to really invoke the I am. And then, of course, you put that on one of the most energetically balanced products I've ever created, with the little spirals on the end, all the way to the copper, the rings, and the mantra. And you have created a masterpiece. So, look, I used to go to boutiques for years, and they'd have these great little bracelets that go like this, for $20-$30 that have some silly little saying on them that have a vibration level of 0. Okay. Take an I am bracelet that I've created and put it up against any muscle testing. Okay. I guarantee you'll be in the 95 or above percentile. Why? Because
Peter, I'll tell you something. Go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead. Why?
Because it's what I'm here to do.
Well, Peter, I'll tell you something. When I went onto your website and I went to order an I am bracelet, the vibration of the I am piece, I felt the piece through the computer screen.
Yeah.
So you definitely do have a very, very high vibrational product. It's just that it depends on the vibration of the person or the time they are in their life, in which obviously, I'm sure you know, which is why you made as many as you made, which bracelet is right for them. Because not everybody's going to buy every single bracelet and wear it on their wrist at the same time.
You'd be surprised.
Unless that's what you're hoping for.
Or may have already achieved.
Really? Next thing you know, you'll have the ones for the neck, right?
Like, I don't know. I've done close to 30-something product launches since 2016. So it's been a very busy 3 or 4 years, and there's no end in sight.
Yeah, I love your products. I really do. I look forward to seeing the I am piece. Like I said, I felt it right through the computer screen, and I know I could feel the piece. I was like, wow, this is the one for me.
For clarity,
but that's what I'm saying.
I am peaceful. I am peaceful. Not peaceful.
I am peaceful?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I haven't gotten it yet because I moved. So it's somewhere in the mail, somewhere over the rainbow in the mail. But when I do get it, I'll see that for myself. I am peaceful. So just to let you guys know, I've been calling his products wrong the entire time. You know that I love to talk with people before we go on the air so we can kind of shoot the shit a little bit. And I've been saying, oh yeah, the harmonizer. He's like, no, it's the HF. I just have to say I have neurological issues today. So that's why I'm not remembering things. And that's the honest truth.
Just point at me. It's called the HFA, harmonic field amplifiers.
Yes. HFA. harmonic amplifier plus is what I have. But I've been calling his products the wrong thing all day. So don't listen to me when it comes to his products. But what I do remember is the name of his website, modernmystic.net brought me to .com. So do you own them both?
Moderndaymystic.com.
Moderndaymystic.com. See what did I just say? I said don't listen to me about his products. I trust and believe I've been there many, many times. I love his products. I've worn that mini HFA many a time. And I asked him before we went on the air about it, because I thought mistakenly that if I went into the shower with it or into the pool with it, that the reason it was tarnished, then it was no longer useful. But he just explained to all of us that it's just sucking up the negative energy and you don't polish it. I actually put jewelry polish to cleanse it. But he said to use lemon juice and
pink Himalayan.
I know it. Pink Himalayan salt. Thank you. You can tell I did not get the lime and the cinnamon yet.
Right. So just a word on that. Typically, people that heed my advice in session have spectacular results if they move on it right away. So just jump all over that. So
yeah.
So my life has shifted in the last 20 years from being part of the Walking Dead, the masses, to now just like living in Fantasia every day, and having the ability to just create products and services that people just fall in love with and get truly amazing, life-changing results from. And it's just kind of funny how we kind of hooked up on the show, and it's the authenticity and the passion that rolls out of me when I'm speaking to the effects of what I've created, where I've come from, and where we're going. This year alone, we have 2 products coming in the next 60 days. We have 3 others in development right now. I'm booked on another 4 shows in Q1. We have, there's a movie coming out that I'm going to be in, which it's a
congratulations.
It's a brilliant interviewing documentary about the spirituality of Bigfoot, believe it or not. And
my God, really?
Oh yeah.
We got a caller on that one, Peter.
brilliantly put together. And I on my Facebook page, I just posted a teaser of that, and that will be coming in the next 2 weeks. So it's my life is so blessed in so many ways that I have the freedom to just come out of the closet spiritually, if we will, and just push the envelope for all it's worth in blaze new directions that I've never been able to do before, for fear of reprisal or whatever. And I don't know where any of this is going. I really don't. But man, I am having a lot of fun doing it. And,
that's the whole point. I want to tell you, I know. Thank you, caller. Just hold 1 minute, please. I just want to say I know about universal law and looking at it as basically just you do what the universe asks you to do, like you said, right? It'll give you what you want. And I've learned about that through a teacher who teaches all sorts of universal laws, but basically her main message is that it's not where you're going to end up. It's how much fun you're going to have along the way. And it feels like that's pretty much what you just said. And I'd like to invite that caller to call in. I don't know if your question was about Bigfoot or the water or whatever, but
I'm not commenting
welcome,
on
caller. Are you there? Was that you, Kurt? I heard something. Did you hear it too, Peter? No, you didn't hear a little ding-ling.
I did not.
Oh, okay. Well, I know I heard it. They must have given up. Maybe the Bigfoot comment scared them away. No, I'm just kidding. So, basically, you're a very complex man, and it seems like your belief system is very scientifical, but I don't understand how Bigfoot really fits into that. And I just think it's hilarious.
So think about this, right? And I'll just share this with you quickly. So I had an experience when I was young, and this is all in the documentary. And it became part of my belief system. Not that I go out looking for it, or I'm, advocating for an endangered species or anything like that, but I've done a lot of research on it, quite a bit of research, as a matter of fact. And when I was approached to do an interview about the spirituality of an elusive, in my opinion, real creature, I was all over it, man. I was all over it because, I have an amazing dialogue with a very smart film director and Bigfoot researcher. And, he asked me some amazing questions about the spirituality of this creature. And it was just a perfect thing. It was a perfect timing to get it out there. And, that's what I'm saying. I'm not afraid to do interviews like that because, when you have a thriving community that you have changed all of their lives and all that collective energy behind you, pushing you forward into uncharted territories, you're going to push the fucking envelope for all it's worth, wherever you're going. And you're only limited by your own fear system or your imagination. And I let go of fear a long time ago. And my imagination is about as wild gets. That's what, pushes me to create these types of products that use universal energy to create what people call magic or miracles in their lives. And, if me getting in front of a 1.5 million people in an interview in a movie and talking about, where I've come from and what my belief system is with this creature, well, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do it. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine, but I don't care. It's something that I had to do. The universe put all of this in my path for a reason. Right. Mm-hmm. And you have to roll with it. If you're afraid to do something in your life, then you have limited yourself from being an unlimited being. You have unlimited potential to do anything you want. The only thing that holds you back is your fear, and fear is an illusion.
Yes, it is.
You have to unlearn fear, everything you've ever learned for the real learning to roll in. And that's what it's all about.
I find myself not fearful, but I find myself when I want to comment and respond to what you say, most of my reference points are spiritual. And so I can't help when you say about unlearning, and you don't have to follow this, but this is just my belief or my experience actually, is when you say that you have to unlearn everything you've learned, one of the ways that are out there to do that is a book called A Course in Miracles. And I remember there was a workbook, and it actually said to spend the day looking at a pen or a chair or whatever you looked at all day long and saying, this pen doesn't mean anything. This chair doesn't mean anything. This door doesn't mean anything. And I finally kind of got it because for me at that time, and that's what happens, is it changes every time you read it because you're always at a different level. It was like, oh yeah, it doesn't mean anything, because what the first time it was because love is all that really means anything. The other reason was because this is only this plane of existence. So Bigfoot may be seen on a different plane of existence, a different dimension, a different portal.
Nah, that's the
Different
woo-woo part
place
of
that
it.
only certain people can see.
I spoke
That's
to
who I
the
am.
I spoke to the effects of my opinion, and I was very clear with my opinion on that subject. And you'll just have to watch the interview to get my
To
answers
see
to
what you
that.
have to say. I do want to see it now. I really do. I want to see it. I
It's
just saw something.
coming.
Do we have a call?
Hello.
No?
Hi, how you guys doing today?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for calling into the
I'm
Authentic Hour
doing
of the
well.
Soul with Peter Shank and Kitoto. How are you? What's your name?
My name's Aaron.
Darren, it's nice to meet you. Do you have a question for us?
Yes, yes. I have to give you a little backstory as well. Okay, so before I went to work a couple
Oh,
weeks ago, I asked the universe to test me, so I could step into my leadership role a little bit better. So I went to work. I was feeling very high vibrational, very good, very happy, ready to go. And then about an hour later, I started to have a lot of negative thoughts that I knew were not coming from me. And
mm-hmm.
eventually, I felt really negative. I gave in to them. I went on break, and then I made a really important phone call, got some very, very good news, and then everything went away. I went back to work, and then I asked the universe, was that the test? Because that was a horrible test. Like, I almost just cried and left work and lost my job. That was a horrible test. And the universe's response was,
Yeah.
you've never noticed that before? Every time before you manifest, you feel really sad. You feel really, really depressed, don't you? And I
No,
said, I didn't
not
say
at all.
anything back. And then I started to meditate. And then, the universe pretty much told me that every time every time that my affirmations and all of my efforts come into fruition, I feel really sad. And it's been pretty consistent, and it's been happening. It even happened today. Like right before anything manifests for me, I feel really depressed. I feel really sad. And then it just happens the same day. So
Would you like that to
why
stop?
is this happening, and how can I offset this? And I usually manifest from the root chakra. People usually do it from the heart. I do it from the root. So
Okay, I have
literally every time I try
several
to
things to
manifest.
say on that, and I know that Peter does too. So the first thing I'm going to say is that we have an Earth Star chakra now, which is below our feet. It's about 10
Hmm.
inches, 12 inches below our feet. And it's to plug into the lack of pain and struggle. Okay. So I don't know how to manifest from the root chakra, but I do know that once you activate your foot chakra and you plug into the Earth Star chakra, it gets you moving on your life purpose. As far as manifesting from your heart, I've been told and have experienced myself that it's with the joy, it's with the absolute joy. But I have experienced what you've experienced back in my religious days. I remember I was right about to get a blessing, a prayer was going to be answered, and there would be this huge attack. I've also been told that the universe will often give you what you don't want so that you can be in touch with what you do want. It's really what your vibration is sending out there. If this has always happened, we can say up until now, right? And you
Right.
can really make the decision and even write the universe a letter, thank you for this time, for this lesson, but I know that there's a way to make things easier. And you can call on any ascended master. I work with angels to manifest things. That way they handle it for me, or I can co-create with with God. There are so many different vibrations out there to tune into, so many different frequencies. This is why if you watch my show on a regular basis, you'll see I have all walks of life, because there are so many different frequencies out there. The easiest frequency for me is Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. He works with the highest good. So if you do you believe in angels?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Archangel Metatron, they said in the Bible, was Enoch. Regardless of whether you believe that or not, if you close your eyes and you meditate and just say his name like a mantra, you can manifest with him, because he will make sure that it is the highest good. That means for you and for everyone. And then there's no worries. So I can, if you want to tune into my Facebook, I post a lot about angels. It's the safest, easiest way that I've manifested. Although there is another way, and Peter's also aware of it, that I've done with pyramids and a dragon. But for me, in terms of the length of experience I've had, I wouldn't be telling you the truth if I didn't tell you it's angels. It's definitely angels. And the angels work with my pyramid anyway. So I want to, do you feel like that's helpful at all to you? I still feel a little bit of confusion coming from you, but I do feel a little bit of hope. I see that you pray.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Okay.
to add, the universe also said that I'm constantly doing magic and I'm not aware of it. So I have to monitor my thoughts, and it's been happening since I was 9 years old. So that makes a lot of
That's
sense.
a guide. That's a guide telling you that. They're trying to let you know and be aware of your power.
Yes, I've been shutting off guides and more so going for elemental, more like the elements: earth, air, fire, water, ether, and then masculine and feminine more to the actual source. So I haven't been working with any angels or gods or anything like that.
Okay, now that sounds more like Peter's forte. I will talk to you about angels and ascended masters and light beings. Peter obviously works with water. That's an element. So do you want to chime in, Peter?
There's so much energetic bullshit happening between your conversation and him right now that I need to just kind of stand apart, because you, and no offense, you have just overcomplicated, way overcomplicated. And I totally don't mean any disrespect.
Me, Aaron?
She did to you, and you are living a role of horseshit where you're speaking your truth, but it's a complete lie. And, the manifesting, okay, is joy on a blissful level. Okay. There never, ever is a negative thought prior to you actually manifesting something. It's impossible, because manifesting is a beautiful vibration. It's very, very high. And if you are having a negative thought about manifesting something, then it's absolutely not you doing it on any level. Now, with that said, what you do have attached to you, which comes right, it's just wrapped around you. Its legs are wrapped right around, you just got to chill. It wrapped right around your ankles, and its wings or whatever come right up underneath and have your head like this. That is helping stimulate your exterior responses to the reality you're creating. And we could very simply get rid of that and put you back on a normal course. So if you get a glass of water,
Excuse me?
Are you going to get a glass of water?
Am I going to get across the water?
Just get a glass of water.
Having,
actually, you know what? We don't even need it. Just put your attention behind you for a second.
Water? Oh,
Just
yeah,
put your attention behind you. Put your attention on your back, and let me know when you start getting the creepies.
Well, I wanted to make sure that you knew I don't have any negative towards the thing. It's just negative. I just feel depressed right before it happens. It's not necessarily towards.
Right, it's the same thing. Depression, negative thoughts. It's all the same vibe.
I mean, it's not towards the actual what I'm trying to manifest. It's random
Exactly.
things
But
that
what I'm
come to
trying to
pass.
tell you is those thoughts would not even come into your sphere of influence prior to manifesting something. It's not possible.
Okay.
Are you
All right, I'm
suggesting that
ready.
he has an attachment, Peter?
Yeah, he's something that's on his back right now is changing his reality.
Timeline show on.
What?
Did it go?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Just put your attention on your back.
Do you still feel it, Peter?
Okay.
I need confirmation that you have your attention on your back.
Okay, I do.
Now, just repeat those 8 magical words. I honor the space in which you exist. Show it love and watch it go away. All gone, baby.
There's a lot of blocks. Never noticed.
That's what I
There's a
do.
lot of blocks. I never noticed. I felt a lightness, but then it like locked up and tried to keep me here.
Not anymore. It's gone.
Right in my heart. Yeah, I'm gonna do this a little bit later.
Here's the thing. When it comes to energy work, keep it simple, stupid. Never overcomplicate. It's always an equation that has a simplest answer. Okay. As humans, we overcomplicate everything. I find myself overcomplicating processes that and automations that I have put in place in this business to, get things done. And I overcomplicate stuff. I got to step back and go, whoa, whoa. And, we have to build a story. We have to do that, but it's all bullshit. It's energy. That's all it is. And the secret sauce in any energy mechanics is love. That's it. That's all there is to it. And there's nothing else.
I have to interject. I've had experiences where I've had entities and attachments, and I did send them love. I forgive you. I love you. Go to the light. I forgive you. I love you. Go to the light. I forgive you. I love you. Go to the light. And then I met somebody named Micaiah Miracle who gave me a command, which I just said. And if you ever feel this again, all you need to do is say timeline show on, and it will send the entity right into their timeline. They'll be like, what the heck am I doing? And they'll want to leave.
Sure.
So it's accelerated light healing. It's a legitimate certified practice, and you can look, that's what I meant when I said there are so many frequencies. See, you could have gone to a Pentecostal church, they could have laid hands and you prayed in tongues and it would have been gone. Or you could have had Peter remove it with love. Or you could, I just said timeline show on. Or you could have had drank the water. Or you could have had angels come, Archangel Michael, and remove it from your chakras, depending on where it was. There's so many frequencies out there that it's up to you what you choose. That's why when we manifest, we need to be specific. That's why I suggested angels, just because they're really good to co-create with. They know a lot of things that we don't, and they make life very easy for me. Are you there?
Yes. I'm still here.
So it's not a contest, but I just want you to know, like, if what Peter says makes you feel comfortable and feels good in your body, fabulous. If it's angels, if it's something else that I haven't even heard of, then that's okay too.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Peter, when you show different screens, it makes a really loud vibrate. I like a loud echo. I don't know if you're aware of that, but hello?
Okay. Thank you.
When it's like kind of hard to hear you. Like when you switch to the different screens.
I think he's.
Okay,
But I really
that's actually
appreciate the
not Peter,
information. So
but that's okay. There's no judgment here. I just wanted to let you know there's a lot out there. And that's why when we're specific, and Peter mentioned earlier about saying I am, that the whole universe has their attention on you. Many people choose other things to say. There's lots of frequencies. It's just your choice.
Yep.
well, I'm definitely gonna watch this over when you guys are finished and write everything down. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys
Thank
have a nice
you.
evening.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on today.
I appreciate you having me.
So I was wondering if we have enough time to talk about Karen and her pyramids. Have you ever used them?
Oh, I have 3 custom pyramids from Karen. And I have her newest products, which will be going up on the MDM site. These are the only products that I actually allow in my sacred space, hers, because they are completely attuned to me. And these 2 babies are my babies. They actually replaced my 3 custom pyramids that I had centered around my sacred space.
So you had your your custom pyramids, but the ones that you use now are the dragons. Do you do the meditation?
She built me 3 pyramids over the last 3 years, and they've been fantastic. Recently, in the last month, she created 2 dragons for me, which are her latest creations, which are off the hook, completely off.
I have 3, yeah.
So I've been quietly, this is the first I've ever publicly shown those. I've been quietly monitoring them and vice versa for about the last 30 days. And at some point in Q1, I'll be talking about them more.
Awesome. Well, thank you for discussing them and bringing them with you.
Sure.
Because that's something we have in common. She was like, you got to get a dragon. You got to get a dragon. I love the pyramid. And she was like, you got to get with a dragon too. You got to get a dragon. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And, I didn't, I'm like, well, she makes fabulous pyramids. I know that for a fact. So I'll try the dragon. But I didn't know there was an MP3 that came with it and a meditation. And when she came on the show, I met my dragon.
Nice.
Yeah, I met my dragon. Very gentle, very loving.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's good to know that you have those. I use her pyramids as gifts for people all the time because they're custom made. But I'm telling you right now, I really do want to start using your Orion because that thing looks perfect.
Oh yeah. Definitely. They'll be ready to go in about another 30 days or so.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think we've covered a lot of ground this evening. And it's all good stuff. Really good conversation both ways, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. Well, thank you so much for coming on my show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for your products. I love them.
Enjoy them.
Okay.
Thanks,
all right,
everyone.
guys. Thank you so much for joining us for Authentic Hour of the Soul. Here we go. Bye.
Woohoo!